Well, good Wednesday morning, and thanks for waking up with us here on KARK4 today. I'm Hunter Hoagland alongside DJ Williams. We got a fun show, but we got to start with some pretty serious news.
Yeah, that's right. This will and can be tough to watch.
Yeah, we showed it many times here on the newscast. This is just a still image of it all. The man at the center of that arrest, Randall Wooster, we're being told threatened a gas station worker before being arrested. But it's the history of one of the deputies you're seeing here in this picture that's raising some questions here this morning. KARK uncovered a lawsuit claiming Crawford County Deputy Levi White has used excessive force before. Welcome back. It is now 5:09. Big news on Capitol Hill here this morning, where President Biden could be set to make an announcement on student loans. Pfizer has now requested the FDA to authorize an updated version of its COVID-19 booster shot designed to target Omicron. Ever wonder just how excited your dog gets when they see you when you get home? Well, a new study has that answer. The study found dogs actually cry tears of joy when they reunite with their owners after 5 to 7 hours apart. Oh, I love that. Yes. Analysts also discovered dogs and their owners released oxytocin, better known as the love hormone, during these interactions. I don't doubt it, right? There's nothing better than coming home and you see just a dog happy to see you.
I mean, that's a great story to start the day, right?
I mean, this may sound bad. Yeah, all right.
Oh, no.
But, like, you know, when it comes to your life partner, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, I want them to love me like a dog. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
The unconditional love that a dog gives a person. I mean, it's unreal.
Happy.
It's
easy.
Second to none. Yes. There's nothing you can do that a dog won't still love you. You know what I mean?
Ladies, take notes if you're interested in DJ Williams.
Be like a dog.
Be like a dog.
That sounds bad, doesn't it?
We always give you all more questions than we really know. Yeah, we're all figuring this out together.
At least on the trending subject.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway.
It'll be interesting. We'll see. All right, 6:13 after the break. Some nurses are picking up extra shifts to cover those staffing shortages, how they're now leaning on each other to keep their passion alive. Pat? Well, thanks. It is now 6:19. Health Matters this morning. The pandemic has had a pretty serious impact on our healthcare workers in hospitals all across the country. And one ongoing issue hospitals are still seeing here this morning is a shortage of registered nurses. UAMS says they have just over 200 RN vacancies. Until they can attract some more, one current nurse says she's having to pick up some more shifts. Despite these challenges, she says her coworkers are helping her continue her passion of helping others.
I've worked a lot. It has been somewhat of a struggle, but I feel like I was able to create a lot of bonds with the people that I'm with.
UAMS welcomed a group of 72 new graduate RNs just this summer. They, though, were shooting for about 100. They're still thankful for all of that additional help. We also reached out to Baptist health officials who say they have more than 600 nursing vacancies. We're still waiting to hear back from Arkansas Children's. 6:25 now, and school is back in session. No doubt kids are learning a lot, but it's what's happening outside the classroom that shows some parents might need a course in drop-off etiquette. Ah, yes. It's the peace and quiet of the first week of school. Said nobody ever.
Everyone's crazy.
The old drop-off line.
There is such thing as carpool road rage, and you definitely can have that.
If you're just not quite going fast enough, some of these mamas will just go right around you.
Meet Anna Dickinson and Claire Brown.
Love you. Have a good day. Love you. Be yourself.
They're what we call experts in a drop-off line. Both have been doing it for years.
Yeah, it is not time to pack lunch. It is not time for therapy. It is not time for parent-teacher conference.
Everyone has their backpacks. Everyone's ready to go. And when we pull up, it's like, come on, let's go. Let's get out. We got to get this done.
They say think of these as less of a stop and a little more like a conveyor belt.
You pull up, the door's open, you got a barrel roll out, and that conveyor belt's going.
So, rule number one, pay attention.
These people will honk and run around you, and they might even run over you.
Number two, pull forward. And number three, have those backpacks ready to go, no matter how heavy they might be.
There we go.
And lastly, be willing to cut other parents some slack, because we all know one day you're probably gonna need it too.
A couple of years ago, I ran over the cones in the pull-out line, and they got stuck under my car, and it was pouring down rain, and the guy was on the bullhorn telling me, ma'am, you can't go that way, and I'm going, I know, there's cones under my car.
On the bullhorn, huh?
Oh, man, move it, man.
Like, I get it.
I mean, I get it. The chaos. You know, obviously I don't have kids. I live close to a school though, and I just see how backed up those places get. I mean, it's wild, but it's a system.
When I was in school, I think they called them, instead of a drop-off line, it was a hug-and-go zone.
Hug
you
and
hug
go?
your kid and you go. You're out of there.
Now you don't even get the
Make
chance
it
to
quick.
get a hug.
Yeah.
Gotta be quick. Yeah.
Stop and roll.
Go
Let's
on now, get. All right, y'all about to wrap up.
Story we will continue to follow here on KARK. DJ, thanks. 6:33 now. Let's get a look at your local news that matters here this morning. Arkansas State Police have now launched an investigation after a suspect died in custody. The Garland County Sheriff's Office says deputies were called to check on a man on Grand Avenue after he was seen punching the ground. Deputies say he told them he was on drugs. They tried taking him into custody for DWI and public intoxication, but say that's when he made a run for it. They then had to tase him and arrest him. He passed out shortly after getting to the jail. He was then taken to the hospital, where he later died. Right now, the medical examiner will have to determine what caused his death. And we've got an update now to a story we broke first here on KARK. Little Rock police have now arrested the man they'd been trying to find for a shooting in the River Market. Darian Williams is facing charges for terroristic acts and criminal mischief. He's the third person arrested after shots were fired on Friday. Good news, though, nobody was hurt, but several cars and businesses were hit by gunfire. And I-40 near Forest City is back open here this morning after a fiery tanker crash. State police say it all started when a tanker truck carrying diesel fuel crashed on Monday afternoon. Traffic had to be diverted while the interstate was shut down for almost 24 hours, causing a backup for miles. It is still unclear what caused that crash, but weather might have been a factor. Police have yet to say if anybody was hurt in those flames. And new this morning, the superintendent of the Lamar School District has resigned. Jay Holland told the school board he was stepping down on Monday. The school board then accepted it in a unanimous vote last night. The resignation comes after a group of Lamar Middle School students made sexual assault allegations against some other students. After a Title IX investigation, 3 kids were given a 10-day suspension from school. Last week, the district reported that Arkansas State Police could not substantiate those claims. And happening now, the FBI here in Little Rock needs your help tracking down someone they say is a scam artist. Jonathan Juan Lawrence, who you're seeing right here, is wanted for wire fraud and conspiracy to commit bank fraud. According to authorities, he was last seen in the central Arkansas area. They say he's about 5'8", and if you happen to see him or you know where he might be, you need to call police. 6:35 now. Pat Walker. Pat, what's that forecast looking like?
Well, it looks like it's a pretty good one for today.
Is KARK for today.
Welcome back. It is now 6:41. A postal worker has died after being attacked by a pack of dogs down in Florida. Pam Rock's delivery car broke down on Sunday afternoon, and while she was waiting for help, 5 dogs broke through a fence and attacked her. Neighbors tried to help, but they could not get those dogs off of her. And by the time deputies got there, she had already suffered traumatic injuries. New reports out this morning show animal control has already been called on those same dogs before, and now they'll be put down. The owners could also face some charges. And a former Louisville police officer has now pled guilty to her role in the 2020 raid that killed Breonna Taylor. Kelly Goodlett admitted to falsifying a search warrant. She pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy and could face up to 5 years in prison. She is the first officer to be held responsible for the botched raid inside of Taylor's apartment. Well, new this morning, summer is officially in the rearview mirror and school is back in session, which means school buses are now hitting the roads every morning and also every afternoon. For that, we want to send it out live to Claire Kreitz, who joins us now from the North Little Rock School District. Claire, what do drivers need to watch out for?